A day before Hurricane Melissa unleashed her fury upon Jamaica, Apostle Ray Anthony Foster stood at the seaside. The winds were calm, the waves restless, and the sky heavy with warning. There, in that sacred moment, he lifted his hands towards heaven and prayed that God hold his hand over the land, that mercy would prevail, that his people should be spared. No one could have known that just hours later the storm would come with such force, leaving behind destruction and heartbreak, and that the very church where the apostle had poured out his heart and his soul would be reduced to rubble. The Sacred Heart Spiritual Church of Jesus Christ in Savanna-la-Mar, Westmoreland, was more than just a building. It was a masterpiece, the pride of the community, the only air-conditioned church in the area. Every Sunday, worshiper would gather under soft lights and beautiful drapes, surrounded by vibrant flowers and colorful backdrops that changed with each service. It was a place of excellence, built with care, love, and reverence for God. Every detail reflected the spirit of dedication that Apostle Foster poured into his ministry. Visitors often spoke in awe of how beautiful the sanctuary was, a place where one could truly feel peace, joy, and the presence of God. But then came Hurricane Melissa. The winds roared, the rain poured without mercy, and in just a few hours, everything that had been built over the years crumbled. Walls fell, the roof was torn apart. The once beautiful sanctuary was reduced to pieces. Nothing was spared. The drapes, the flowers, the instruments, the seats, everything was destroyed. The same church that once stood as a beacon of beauty and faith became unrecognizable. It was as though the storm had passed through with one purpose, to test the strength of those who worship within its walls. And yet, even in the midst of ruin, the spirit of the apostle remains unbroken. This is a man who has stood for years as one of the most prominent voices, keeping the revival tradition alive across Jamaica. Through his faith, his prayers, his dedication, he has carried a message of hope and healing to many. But now the test is personal. The building may be gone, but faith still stands. The same voice that cried out to God at the seaside now calls out again, not in despair, but in trust. Some may ask, why would God allow this? Why was the church not spared when the apostle prayed so faithfully? There are questions that only heaven can fully answer. Perhaps it is a test of faith. Perhaps it is a reminder that the true church is not made of bricks and boards, but of believers who refuse to give up when life collapses around them. Sometimes, even in our greatest moments of prayer, God's answer does not come in the way we expect. But we must remember, his ways are higher than ours, his thoughts deeper than we can understand. And though the storm destroyed the building, it did not destroy the calling. The story of Apostle Ray Anthony Foster and the Sacred Heart Church is not one of defeat, but of resilience. Out of this rubble can rise something greater, not just a new building, but a stronger faith, a deeper testimony, and a louder voice that declares, though he slay me, yet will I trust him. This is the time for the church family, for the community, and for well-wishers everywhere to come together, to support, to pray, to give, to rebuild, because the work of God must go on. The same God who allowed the storm is the same God who can restore what was lost, even better than before. So, to Apostle Ray Anthony Foster, stand strong. The same God you pray to at the seaside has not forgotten you. He saw your tears before the storm and he sees your faith after it. To the members of the Sacred Heart Church, hold on. Rebuilding may take time, but what is planted in faith will rise in glory. To everyone watching, let us rally together. Let us show love and support for the servant of God who has served his people faithfully for years. Because while the church walls may have fallen, the ministry still stands. And out of the ruins will come restoration. Out of the storm will come a stronger song. Because though Melissa took the building, she could not take faith. To everyone else in Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, Black River, all the other communities that were badly affected, our thoughts and our prayers are with you. And we trust that somebody outside in the diaspora or anywhere else in Jamaica will see this video and decide to give an helping hand. Let's stick together as one Jamaica. Let's pray together and believe that God is able to do it, do the impossible, and build us back on our feet. Share this video with someone. Send it to someone overseas. Spread it as much as you can so someone will see and help will come. You may never know. Continue to be prayerful. Until our next video, do take care and God bless.